Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Monday the 20th of July. It's about midday. See, I'm so tired I can't even speak because I've been up since 4:30. My boys and I got up to watch the World Cup final, so I am super tired. So I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes in this video. It's been 2 months since I've done a video. I have been hooked on watching the soccer and catching up on all the matches. So instead of doing videos, I've just been doing other stuff. So a lot to catch up on. So what I'll do is I'll put the shots up on screen as to what's sold, but I have sent out a lot of offers and taken offers that I've received just to get things gone. So I'll let you know what the actual sales were, which includes the postage. Since 1st of June, I've been on the new selling structure and I've taken the one where I don't get charged any fees, but in my listing price, I do have to factor in the buyer protection fee that the buyers will pay. So you do end up taking a hit. Okay, so let's get into it. So 20th of May, sold an Alice in Wonderland book. Total, including the postage, was $23.76. Next up was a tea towel that sold for $25.24. Next was a book. I had this one listed for ages and I had lowered the price quite a bit. Sold that for $47.19. Next was a set of these Colortex stockings. I think they might have been from my own personal collection that I'd had for years, because I did used to kind of dress up for work and wear skirts and stockings, whereas now I just wear dresses and boots and whatnot. So anyway, they sold for $19.56. Next was an Anne of Green Gables Christmas ornament or some kind of ornament. Picked that up free from a lady who was giving away books and various things. That sold for $22.83. Okay, the next two sales I had on the 25th and 26th of May was a schmozzle. Not from the sales point of view. Buyers paid, all good. These two items got lost in the mail, which I find quite interesting given they were posted at the same time. Now, admittedly, I did not lodge them over the counter at a post office because where I'm working, I don't have access to a post office to go do my postage at lunchtime. I either have to pop something in a red box near my house or drive them early before I leave to get the train for work to a business centre that's open at 6 a.m. And some days I don't want to do that. Or I can take them on a Thursday night to my news agency, which is a post office. So sometimes I do that. But these two particular items, I thought, oh, my husband's going out to basketball at, 9 o'clock at night. He can just drop them in the red box. Well, that was a bad move because, yeah, both of them went missing, which I do find a bit hard to believe that two items posted at the same time in the same box can go missing. Anyway, lodged my lost item forms with Australia Post Online. They told me to wait. I had to wait a certain period of time, like 2 or 3 weeks to give time for them to be delivered. Even though, I said in my thing, I find it hard to believe that two items from the same box can go missing. And I queried, tell me, did the box get cleared? How do you know the box got cleared? Where does this particular post box end up for sorting? And I tell you, the customer service is terrible with Australia Post. You get someone different every time. They don't read your message because they ask you questions where clearly in your lodgement you've got all the facts in there, but they ask you questions that they clearly haven't read the answers to. So it was a very frustrating process. The Usborne books, I totally refunded the buyer. For the journal, I offered I said, look, I'll refund you, but she said, look, I'm interested in this journal. Can you send that one instead? So I did send that one, made sure I lodged it over the counter, and as far as I'm aware, it turned up because I haven't heard from her. So yeah, that was a little bit of a saga that I didn't want to have. Okay, so next item to sell was a necklace. This was given to me by someone, like a friend, to sell, like with no expectation of, like she just gave it to me to take the money for, if I sold it. That sold for $24.24. Next item to sell in start of June or 8th of June was these two Hemsley books. God, they have been sitting around for ages. Took an offer, total sale $27.59. Next, these Elvis DVDs, sold them for $28.27. Again, sitting around for ages, happy to get rid of them. Next one to sell, Pig Fat Farm, or Summer on Pig Fat Farm. That was a total sale of $18.19. I think I paid $1 or $2 for that. Was thinking about keeping it, but then I've just done a massive cull actually of my cookbooks, and that's what a lot of my listings are in eBay at the moment. I've cleared at least 1.5 shelves and just banged out all these listings on my personal collection. Okay, so 16th of June, I sold the Pie Maker for $18.24. Next one to sell was a Fizzler stainless steel casserole dish. Now, I shop at Woolies mainly because I buy gift cards through RAA to get 4% discount on them so that I can save money on my groceries. And they had this promo where, you know, you shop, you end up getting credits for things, and then you can redeem them on kitchenware. So they had all these stainless steel pots and fry pans and a wok. I ended up getting, I was going to keep this for myself, and then I have kept 2 of the fry pans. Did I get the saucepan? No, I don't think I got the little saucepan, but I got the tiny fry pan and the big fry pan. And I bought this, and I did intend on keeping it. And then towards the end of the promotion, I had a number of points, and I thought, oh, what do I redeem for? I thought I'll get another casserole pot. Anyway, and then I ended up looking them up on eBay and saw that they sold. So I thought, you know what, I'll list one of the casserole pots. And I did. That one sold for $99.53. I think I listed it for 100 plus posts, but took an offer. Okay, so next one, these were one of my, as I said, one of the books that I'm culling. These 2 books, Australian Women's Weekly, massive cookbooks. Like, they're like this big. I just want them off my shelf. And some of the stuff you can get online, the recipes anyway. That was a total of $34.72. Next were these 2 vintage kids books. Back to Billabong and something else, $17.27. Next one to sell was The Kitchen Madonna, another vintage book. Have had this listed for ages and had it high. Had sent out offers, and I can't remember if I took an offer or sent an offer, but I ended up getting rid of it for $33.33. And here's the next saucepan or casserole stainless steel pot with lid. That sold for $94.81 all up. These next lot of books, listed them for, well, as you will see in the picture what I listed them for, I think it was $169. I did take quite an offer on them. Total was $118.40. They can go quite high. I had someone offer me, God, something even way lower than that, which I declined. But I took this guy's offer, and yes, it was a lot less, but I'd initially listed like half of them, because I only had about half of them, listed them up ages ago. And then I found like another bundle at another op shop. And so I bought those and then took the other listing down and then just did a massive bundle of, I think it was, 21. Now, they had been sitting around for a couple months, the second lot that I'd bought, and I thought, I've had these for so long, I just want to get rid of them. At the moment, I just want to get rid of as much stuff. So I did take quite a offer on that. And the person put on there, oh, I got these at a really great deal. And he looks like he's a reseller, so he might list them individually and sell them. Well, good luck to him. I was happy to get rid of them. So yeah, $118.40. Okay, next one to sell was one of these cat figurines. Total sale was $26.49. I took about a 50% offer on that. I did and ah about it for like about a minute, and then I checked how long it had been listed, and it had been listed for over 400 days. So this was one of those cat figurines that I'd bought think it was 8 figurines for $10 at the Red Cross, and I have made my money on them because I've sold, well, I think one was like I sold for 60 and I think another for 80. I've made quite a bit on them, so I thought, yeah, just get rid of it. Next one to sell was the Modern Barbecue Cookbook. That sold for $22.88. I paid $1 for that. Now I've just picked one up Saturday again at an op shop for $1, so I'll probably put that up shortly as well. Next to sell were these Storytime vintage binders with like magazine style books. Apparently they came with cassettes, but I didn't have the cassettes. They were $3 each, but I used my Salvo's points and got $5 off, so they only cost me $1. Total sale was $100.46. Next item to sell were these vintage botanical linen placemats. They sold for $24.55. I've had them for a while as well. Okay, and here's the first Silkstone Barbie that sold. Total sale was $889.15. I did wonder whether to send out offers, given I've just recently listed them. I initially put up all my boxed ones that were still all, tied in their packaging. And then I've put the secondhand one, ones that I've deboxed and have been displayed. And I thought, oh, do I send out offers given I've just put them up? But to be honest, I just want them gone and I want the cash. So I had them up a few days and then I've been sending out offers, but only 5%. Like I'm not going lower than 5%. I'm hoping that people, like tax refunds will start to come in, and that I've got so many watches on these. Like, yeah, the Barbie dolls, I've got heaps of watches. So I'm hoping that, yeah, people will get some nice little refunds and some of those watches will then decide to splurge on themselves. So yeah, that was the first one to sell. Next item to sell was a book. This is sold for $20.57. Picked that up at a church church garage sale for $1. Okay, next one to sell was a Silkstone Barbie Kitty Corner. Now this is actually one of the first ones I decided to sell or to list ages ago. I've had it listed with another like vintage, I think it was another Francie one, I can't remember. That one hasn't sold yet, but I've listed them, I've delisted them when I've changed my mind, listed them again, changed my mind, delisted, and then anyway, I thought, no, I've just got to get rid of all the Barbies. So I did take a bit of an offer on this one and it sold for $380.66. Okay, next item to sell was a cooking book, Simple Everyday by Justine Schofield. That was from my personal collection, sold that for $27.64. Next one to sell was this Dolly Parton book. I did pay $15 for this. I was going to keep it myself for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like I'm a Dolly Parton mega fan. That sold for $35.49. So basically I just got my money back. Okay, next item to sell was a vintage Albert Kessler little rabbit figurine. It was quite tiny. This was not part of the cat lot because all those other ones were cats. This, I think I paid $2 for. Sold it for $30.24. Next item to sell were these Le Cordon Bleu Collection 20 cookbooks. Paid $10. I bought them at a half price sale at Rotary. They were originally listed for $20. You can tell I haven't done any videos for a while. Oh, this talking is actually making my throat all croaky. Now, they were freaking so heavy. I didn't think about the weight when I bought them. I had to take the box to the post office to weigh, and I couldn't ship it there because of this free selling, no eBay fees. I have to buy my labels through eBay, not Australia Post. It was 6 kilos all boxed up. I would not buy these again if I saw them, because half of that $44.15 was on postage. It was $23 something to post because I couldn't get a flat rate. I had to do the weight and measure by the box. So yeah, would not buy again. Next to sell was a big Frankie magazine Spaces. That sold for $37.03. I paid $2 or $3 for that. I think I was going to keep that for myself and then thought, nah, get rid of it. Okay, and so then these 3 Barbie dolls, they all sold last night to the one buyer. I don't know why this came through like this. Maybe she just bought the 2, added them to cart, and then came back and then thought, yeah, I'll buy the other one as well. So the Lisette blonde one, and then the lingerie number 5, that was a total of $457.55. And then the Palm Beach in the caftan, that was $360.45. Now, I did end up refunding $30 in excess postage. So yeah, you have to take that off of that total fee. So I was really surprised when that came through last night. I thought, oh, I've got a sale. And then I was like, no, I've got 3 sales. And someone just bought all those, 3 together. And then the last item to sell, which was this morning, was these vintage, I guess they're vintage, Christian Dior stockings. They sold for $28.34. I managed to get them in an extra small satchel, so I did refund $2 off the cost of post. It actually only cost me $6 something because they were going metro very close to me, so I got the cheapest of the band too on that one. And that's it. So I will put up what those totals have been over the last two months, 8 weeks. So I'll just pop that up on screen now. And so my total savings account is sitting at $3,005.42. Yay! So I think one of my previous videos I said I think I'll just set my challenge to be about $5,000, which I want to use towards our Singapore trip. So I'm well on the way there, and yeah, I'm hoping those Barbie doll listings will sell, even if not all of them. I actually do have one listed at $1,100. I don't know if anyone's going to buy it. Someone else has got the same doll listed for $1,300, and I know that doll sold, I can't think if it was March or May, it did sell for $1,000 plus post. Someone else sold that doll for $1,000 plus post. So, did I say the Barbie doll that sold? I can't remember. I'm not sure if I said that the Barbie Wishes birthday doll sold for $302.36. I actually had someone offer me, send me an offer and I accepted, and they didn't pay after 4 days. So then I relisted it, and then it sold quite quickly after that. So yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope those Barbies sell, because that'll, if even if half of them sell, that'll definitely get me close to my $5,000, because most of the ones that are left I've got listed for about $400 or more, because they're mostly the boxed ones. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, hopefully I'll have a few more Barbie sales by the next video. Bye.